Hello, you beautiful people. This is take 3 of this video. I recorded this a couple of times. My mic wasn't working, so here we are without a mic. Today's video is going to be on the topic that Neville Goddard shared that is one of my favorite quotes. You are who it is that you desire to be, and the only reason why you do not see this is your refusal to believe this. This is very impactful, as you are who it is that you desire to be, but you are not seeing it because of your refusal to believe this. Let's take a look at this from an affirmation standpoint first off, as this is a huge topic. Many people talk about doing affirmations from the moment that they wake up until they go to bed. I was one of them. And I will say that affirmations did change my outside world. I used them primarily when I was manifesting my wife back the first time. Things I noticed from it though was, number one, I had to continue to affirm continuously, which felt very controlling, force-based. It was very stressful. By the end of my day, I was exhausted. I felt like I ran 500 miles that day. Secondly, well, what happened if I stopped doing the affirmation? I wanted to get to a point to where I just manifested lovely things automatically, how I used to manifest unlovely things automatically. And so I found that affirmations all day long were not helpful for me. And often, even many times, the affirmation was implying that the opposite was true, hence why I was trying so hard to affirm continuously. Now, do affirmations work? Sure. A temporary bandage, I believe, is what an affirmation is. It is something that will change my reality because I'm changing my inner talking, but it requires that I continue to do it over and over and over again. It was extremely exhausting. And I propose to you, there is a different way of being. And it was suggested in Neville's statement. You are who it is that you desire to be. The only reason why you don't see it is your refusal to believe it. What does refusal to believe it mean? The doubt thoughts, the fear-based thoughts, the thoughts thinking there's an outside cause, the thoughts thinking that it's been too long, that there's this happening, there's this circumstance, they moved to this place, I don't know the right people, I have been broke my whole entire, whatever the reason is, the refusal to believe it is, I must get rid of this, because that is the wound. I can keep putting bandages over it to stop the bleeding, but if I want to live a life that I love, that flows automatically to me, I must release or must fix the wound. And the wound is identification to these thought patterns or these belief systems that make me experience life, myself, and circumstances in an unharmonious way. So the goal is, or the vision is, for you to be in a loving relationship, for you to be financially abundant, for you to have a successful business, whatever this is. And this is the vision. This is God wanting to experience that through you. The only thing that's left is for you to be in agreement with it. And how do you be in agreement? By not identifying to anything stopping that from being the case now. So when you notice if you have an unloving thought or you have some thought that doesn't serve you or a thought that you've may have identified with many times in the past come up, and you choose in that moment to not listen to that voice or to that belief, what you'll catch is, without affirming anything after that, you'll naturally start having different thoughts, loving thoughts, harmonious thoughts flow to you. It seems as if you're like a vessel allowing the divine to flow through you with this way of living. And so things are very relaxed, they're very flow driven, you just know what to do, you act how you want to act, you speak how you want to speak, you meet the people you need to meet, and everything flows organically and automatically from the vision, and you behave this way until it's realized. I'll share an example of what I mean practically speaking. When I went all the way to Illinois, and at this time, I was running out of money in my savings account and I needed to provide for my family and make some money. I was tired of the 9-to-5. I don't like working for people. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being put in a box. I don't like living like society. So I went, you know what, I'm gonna do sales. So I went all the way to Illinois in my wife's truck, 1,700 miles, with the dream of being good at sales. And I didn't do any sales. I did door-to-door sales, which is very fun. I highly recommend to everybody, as you will very quickly work through a lot of untrue beliefs about yourself. Many of the untrue beliefs I had is that people were going to look at me like a bum, that I was begging for money, that I had fear of rejection. I cared how people saw me. All these untrue beliefs that didn't matter were clouding my mind, and I kept identifying with them. I would at night be in panic attacks. I'd be so uncomfortable. I caught myself shaking a couple of times before I went and did this activity. First day I finally go out there, And I'm knocking on doors, and my experience was exactly what it was that I identified with in mind. People threatened to shoot me and kick me off the door, told me to get a real job, very aggressive, and needless to say, I didn't do very well. I started realizing that the problem was not the outside circumstance. The problem was within, as all issues are within and all solutions are within, as everything comes from within. I had a vision of being the top salesperson at what I did in my company. And obviously, experientially, I wasn't experiencing that because of all the convoluted thoughts that were going through my mind all day. So what I started doing was releasing identification of these thoughts. When they said that it was going to be a problematic interaction, I would acknowledge the thought and let the thought go. When it said that they were going to be aggressive or that I looked like a bum, I acknowledged the thought and let the thought go. And what I noticed is that my mind became purified. I was more focused on the conversation. I was more focused on enjoying being outdoors. I was more focused on how can I serve this person. And the result was I became the best person in the company at doing what it was that I was doing very quickly. Now, I didn't read sales books. I didn't think myself into a solution. I didn't try to figure out how I can overcome this. I didn't do any of this stuff of learning knowledge. What I did is I released identification to untrue beliefs, unloving thoughts that weren't harmonious with my vision realized. And as a result of this, I naturally behaved the way that I wanted to. The people I interacted with naturally behaved in a way that was lovely and mutually harmonious. I ended up making a lot more sales. Things flowed from the vision realized. So this is what I suggest to you, is that it is not figuring things out. It is not overdoing affirmations. It is a surrender. Father wants to experience this through you. This is why you have the desire. Desire is to have. All you need to do is release identification to overthinking, control, worry, doubt, anything that doesn't serve your vision. Release this. I promise you will become way more ideal. I promise you the vision will unfold naturally for you. Everybody will be mutually harmonious for you. It'll be a lovely experience, and then you'll be able to use this information for your next endeavors that you have going forward. The last thing I want to say is this does not mean that you don't feel the wish fulfilled from time to time, or you don't visualize, or you don't affirm at all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that do it from a place of flow instead of a place of resisting yourself, instead of a place of control, instead of a place of fear. Do it from a place of flow, because you love to experience it, because you love being who it is that you're being, because it feels good. Do it because of that, not to control an outside circumstance, but because you love the experience, because you love what you're imagining. I trust today's video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please do like, subscribe, and share. All my videos are on Neville Goddard, inner work development, revision, manifest and SP, money. If you'd like to, you can follow me on socials. I will put the link of them in the description of the video. You can follow me on there for more information. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.